Hello, my name is Michael Espy. This is my individual presentation on selected topic. The topic I chose is business and social media. Let's get started. What do you think the most important aspect of business is? I guarantee it's not what you're thinking. Sure, it could be the staff or the advisory board or the CEO, but that's not the case. The most important aspect of business is branding. If you can't get any customer, you can't be a successful business. The best way to advertise yourself as a business is through social media. Business use social media for branding, customer engagement, and reputation management. Using social media for your business allows you to promote your business, your brand, in the most efficient way possible. University of Maine launched a statistic on social media use, and they stated that in 2025 there were 4.8 billion social media users worldwide. That represents about 59.9% of the global population. That's 60% of the population. And 92% of those people were all internet. 92% of those social media users are out of the total internet users. So 92% of internet users use social media. That means that means that around half of the population uses social media. Most people use it every day. Being able to utilize social media for branding allows you to reach an insanely large audience as opposed to getting an ad in a newspaper or putting up a billboard. Promoting your brand on social media doesn't just allow more people to see what you're posting, but it allows more people to take action with what you're posting. Customer engagement. Customer engagement is a huge part of using social media. It allows you to develop a reputation through instant feedback on what you post and how your product performs. What you post matters a lot. In the drop of a second, someone can go from being the number one influencer in the world to getting canceled. Having instant recognition is instant recognition on a post can benefit you in so many ways. But if you're not posting the right material, it can backfire in a huge way and cost you your brand and a lot more than just money. That's why it's important to be conscientious about what you post and make sure you're posting to promote your brand image and the message you want your brand to stand for. The customer engagement is an extremely important part of social media. The instant access granted by social media is extremely beneficial to the brand. Your customer can see a post, like it, and instantly be transported to your company website with one click of a pinky. Social media is an organization's persuasive window into the world. It is extremely important to post professional, high quality media, aiming to bring customers in and engage with your feed. This allows you to build your reputation and bring in new customers with just one single account that is free to operate. From the customer's point of view, this makes buying products and supporting brands as easy as one reply, a repost, or a double click. And on Instagram, a double click is a like. Creating a social media presence. Creating a social media presence is essential to any business. Having a Facebook or a Twitter is the bare minimum for running a business in today's socioeconomic climate. Everything is run on likes, instant reviews, and reposts, which is all made possible by social media. The success of a company you use to rely upon a newspaper article or word of mouth. The success of a company used to rely upon a newspaper article or word of mouth. Now it's in the hands of the business to develop a good reputation. Social media offers a huge opportunity to build a reputation and persuade people to take interest in your business. So why not do it the right way? Social media is all about being personal. It projects you or your company's personal passion for whatever it is you are selling or offering or suggesting. Social media relies heavily on ethos, pathos, and logos. When you log in your social media account, what do you see? You see your friends, what they like, and how their lives are going. That's what you want your customers to see your business profile as, a friendly, focused account. You are developing an account that acts as though it's just another friend on their friends list that they like and want to hang out with. This is where the promotional power of social media kicks in. Let's say you have one follower, only one, but you have a good social media account and they like and interact with it. So this one follower decides to repost your story. Then their friends can see your story. And let's say they have 15 friends. Those 15 friends decide they want to decide they like what your story says and they decide to repost it to their 15 friends. A couple reposts later and you have more than 100 followers off one post. All of those people are potential customers and can buy your products and go to your store. That's why social media is so powerful. You might even think 100 followers isn't a lot, but then those 100 followers repost your story, and now you have 1,500 followers a day later, because you put time into creating a friendly social media account that promotes your business and creates revenue. Gone are the days of billboards and word of mouth, and now are the days of repost, likes, and links. Links to what, you may ask? Links to your website where you sell your products. Creating a website. Creating a website can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be. Most big companies hire a web designer to make their websites for them. But with everyone needing a website, there are special apps you can get that will help you create an attractive website without having to spend a bunch of money. Websites are basically online brochures, so you should approach creating a website like you would design a persuasive brochure. You should stick to reader-friendly design, strong correct writing, AIDA formatting, and pull from ethos, logos, and pathos. Your homepage needs to attract attention. The pages of the website need to create interest. You need to be able to stimulate desire by listing benefits of the product or service and meeting any possible objection. And finally, you need to promote action by making it easy for the person to buy the product. A great example of a website promoting action is Amazon. Amazon has an option that allows you to buy the product with one click. By creating a website that saves all the buyer's information, all the buyer has to do is click Amazon's Buy Now button, and the product is immediately paid for and in process to ship to the customer. Website visitors fall into two categories: the information seekers and the browsers. Some people have an innate goal in mind to go and buy a product. They're searching for for a specific product and are going to buy it no matter what stands in their way. These are the information seekers. As a website designer, you don't want anything to stand in their way. You want to make the buying process as easy as possible. The browsers are the people you want to focus on. The browsers are just looking. They just want to find cool things to look at. Maybe they're searching for a good idea or a present for their loved one, or just trying to find a new product that fits their needs better than the old one did. Either way, they're not just there to buy things. They want to look and have fun. It's your job as the designer to get the viewer to want to buy your product, switching them from browsing stage to the buying stage. In order to keep these views, your website has to make finding information very easy, but also make the viewing experience pleasant. At the end of the day, it comes down to finding a balance between being reader friendly, using AIDA formatting, and having enough information up there to where it's not overwhelming, but it's enough information to be able to buy your product. You need to get the viewer's attention, keep their interest, create desire, and get them to take action. Getting viewers' attention is a huge aspect of social media and how it can help your business. It's one of the main strengths of social media. Some of the other strengths of social media is that one can get viewers' attention through carefully placed ads. Having access to free advertisement isn't everything that social media is good for. Being able to gather a following of viewers and a huge strength of utilizing social media. When you gather a following and people follow you, they're not just exposed to advertisements, but they're exposed to your brand in a way that is different than all other forms of branding, media, and advertisement. Though it's really easy to post straightforward advertisements on social media because it's free and you have such a market for advertisements, you just stay away from a lot of ads. That's a huge weakness of social media that you can get caught up in. By doing so, you miss the bigger picture and huge strength of using social media. That would be creating a personality behind your brand. Many brands do this by having a mascot. It was one of their early methods. It was one of the early methods of creating a personality behind your brand. A good example of this would be the use of Miss Buttersworth or the Pillsbury Doughboy. By having a mascot, you can create a personality behind an image that gives somebody something to attach that personality to. It's a lot harder when you don't have a mascot. But it was one of the earlier options because it allowed you to it's the easiest option to do. You have a mascot, everybody likes a mascot, then they buy your brand. Having a mascot only goes so far. Developing a personality behind your brand is the main strength of social media. That's what social media does. It allows you to create a personality around yourself. When people post pictures on social media, they're very careful about what they post because it reflects directly back on the person posting. Because there isn't as much context around your post as there would be with talking to someone in person, it can give people the wrong idea. A huge weakness of social media is not posting the right material or using social media the right way. But being able to post the right material and create a genuine view of what your brand stands for is a breakthrough in brand recognition and advertisement. You can now get to interact with your customers on a personal level. This gives your brand a personality, allowing people to create a genuine connection with what your brand stands for and what it's selling. You've heard of the classic Ford family and Chevy family and how people don't like each other because of the brand they associate with. Ford and Chevy were able to develop a personality that was attached to their buyers because a car is the most important thing that you own. There's a lot that goes into buying a car. That's not typically the same thing for an everyday brand. But now people have the opportunity to see into the lifestyle of the brand and follow that lifestyle, which connects them with a deeper aspect of the brand, developing that Ford versus Chevy connection. That's what business and social media is really about. Business social media is about creating a presence for people to follow, bringing casual scrollers into your little world that you created around your brand and motivate them to buy your product. By using ethos, pathos, and logos, you can create that presence and maintain a solid connection with the viewer. Tons of people use social media. So being able to tap into the market that is half the population with just one click is extremely beneficial to a business. If you didn't learn anything from this presentation, at least take away one aspect. That is to create your brand through the image of a friend and have the backbone to that friend be a well-developed website that is easy accessible and gives good information that's easy to read and interact with. That is all for my presentation. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak to you this evening.